let's talk about how I make my videos, just on a daily basis. Well, not daily, obviously, because we post twice a week now, but getting to that probably later video. But how I make my videos when I'm just here at home making a video, and a little bit going into how I make my vlogs, such as color grading and things like that. I've already got into how I do my B-roll, but I will be doing how I color grade my vlogs and how I color grade my B-roll. So I am a little sick, if you can hear that in my voice, I'm sorry, but I wanted to make this video just to get around how I make my videos and just some suggestions for how someone who's watching this could make their videos. So, first of all, lighting. Bang, 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 bang. That one doesn't count because it's not doing anything, and neither does that one. General lighting setup. I have two lights, one there, one there. That's the two lights that I generally use, and sometimes this light as a hair light depending on how the lighting is from outside, because I do have a big window with natural light coming in, which is super nice. These lights came with a set from Neewer or Neewer, I don't know how you say their name, but they just make basically replicas of other lights, but these are cheaper, and I replaced them with some XM Primp LED light bulbs, which do not flicker, and they are super, super bright, which is really nice because the original compact CFLs were not as bright and did not work as well as these do. That's how I light my videos. There are some other ideas that I'll go over with just different lighting techniques. I like to use one side lit to have the other side kind of cast in shadow, which once I get into color grading, you can make look really, really great. And that's basically it for the lighting. So the monitor I have is just my phone, which I have just put down there on a music stand, like that, just so I can monitor what's going on in the screen to make sure that I'm in frame and all the lighting is good and my exposure is correct. The microphone that I'm using is the Rode Video Micro, which is a really great microphone. I can't suggest it enough. I think that for the price, it's probably the best deal in audio that you can get right now, because it has a super clean pickup response and it picks up, a wide enough range that you can hear basically everything I'm gonna say. It's not gonna be, for the music producers out there, but just to throw on the top of it, basically any camera that has a microphone input, obviously, it's gonna work really great. I have this camera again on my tripod, links up there to that video. Picture profile, I don't know if you know that, but I'm shooting in the PP3 picture profile, my Sony camera. I don't shoot in the S-Log profile because I just find it, takes longer to color grade, and this is just easier and I can get, a different look out of it than with the S-Log where I would have to spend, tons of time color grading or just throw on a LUT. And I'll get into color grading later in this video. This bad boy, which is my it is my Steadicam. Again, it is a Steadicam from Neewer or Neewer. I mispronounce that name every single time, I'm pretty sure. I have been using the Steadicam for a while. I get all my B-roll with it, and I've thought about upgrading to a gimbal, which I don't think I need. And I've also thought about going to maybe like an actual glidecam HD 2000 or something. But I found this one actually works surprisingly well. Like, as you see, all the B-roll that I get is done with this, and sometimes I put warp stabilizer on it, but usually not because I want to slow it down, and warp stabilizer doesn't allow time remapping as well. I've just used this all the time. That's what I vlog with it. I get steady B-roll with it. So yeah, it's just what I use. We just have, like every vlogger, one of these bad boys. So this, of course, in case you are living under a vlogger rock, is a Joby Gorillapod. I think this is the SLR zoom particularly. I don't have the ball head on it, but it just works really well for just getting a quick tripod shot. I don't actually go like vlogger style with it. I know a lot of people are like vlogging with it like this. However, I don't find a need for that because I have my Steadicam, which is what I use all the time to vlog with instead of using a Gorillapod. So I know a lot of video creators talk about how they have something like a notebook or an idea system where they keep ideas for videos. All of my ideas are kept in my head, which might not be a good idea, but usually when I'm filming, a lot of planning goes into our filming, but I don't like to write it down because I like to keep my ideas loose. Also, I'm, too lazy to write down video ideas. But when I'm talking about something, I'll remember pointers that I want to touch on and things that I want to do. But I won't actually write them down, and when like me and I go to make a vlog, we're like, this is what we're gonna do. Here are some goofs and gaffes we could do, little things, you know? And then we just kind of go out and do it, and things bumps my light. That would be a freaking lit umbrella, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I never apologize for that joke. I'm gonna go lock myself out now. So let's get on to color grading. Welcome back to my computer. Welcome to my computer. I don't know if you've been here before. I've just opened Premiere. I'm sorry if you can hear my computer buzzing in the background. That is my fault. But I'm gonna open a wee bit of vlog footage. So if you want to see, this is how I organize my footage. I go Chuck Backup. This is just my nickname's Chuck. Anyway, I made this, right? Name my things funny things. There's a bunch of like crap in here. This is just all backup stuff, but if you go in here, vlog footage, this is all my old footage that I never got to organize. There's just a lot of random footage in there, but where I organize all my stuff now is in vlogs, and I have all of the different titles of my videos. They're not exact titles. This is just a time lapse that I created. If I go in here, okay, I can't. So I'll go in here and ripple. So X, which is ripple previous, is going to, it's gonna cut out from where the cursor is, all of the stuff that's behind the cursor. So we're gonna go here and say I want to start there, so I'm gonna hit X, and it's gonna cut out that part behind the cursor. And if I hit Z, well, I have to be like here. Say I want to use that much of the clip, and then I want to be done, and I hit Z, it's going to cut out everything in front of the cursor. The other one I have set to is D, which I have set to add edit. I want to look for add edit and then change it to D, which is right above my X key. So I have all my keyboard shortcuts in this area of the keyboard right here. Speed up the rest of the editing process from here. Okay, so I have my little B-roll sequence here already, and you have to remember, the idea of color grading is you want to get enhanced colors to portray a look or feel that you want out of your footage. So, again, you can do really different color grading things for different feels that you have. I like to have, depending on the scene, I like to have more blue or more oranges or more like dusky tones. But it just depends with what feel you're going. Here, you know, sunset, going kind of like happy, whatever. I just want the colors to pop, and I want them to look more cinematic. And by color grading, you'll actually sometimes get, you know, your images will look more sharp and well-rounded. I'm gonna go adjustment layer. Yeah, perfect. It's just gonna match my sequence settings. You go there, I'm going to drag that all the way out over the clip, and that's what we're going to put our effects onto. So I'm going to grab my effect, which is going to be Lumetri color, right there, and drag that onto the adjustments layer. So Lumetri color onto the adjustments layer. Anyway, we're going to go into basic correction, and I am going to add an input LUT. Now, for most of my footage, I'll just put on the S-Log2 LUT, as you can see there, really just gave it more of a cinematic orange tone. I'll put that on most of just my normal vlog footage. That's easy. I like to put the S-Log3 though on my B-roll footage, which right now, if you can see that, really looks quite good looking. Sorry, it's slowing down because I'm also running the recording software on there. I'm going to take the temperature, I'm going to go down a little bit. -7, that looks good, to add a little bit more blue tones. And then we have to kind of go through and watch the footage, and I'll cut the adjustment layer at different places to get something different, because yeah, so like right there, that's just so much orange, so we're totally gonna want to go down there, and I'm gonna check back to make sure that doesn't change that footage too much. Because I want to make all the B-roll footage look relatively similar. I'm going to cut it there. So then we're going to go to this clip, and I'm actually going to go down here to the curves, and I'm going to go into the color wheel, and I'm going to click there, drag down the oranges a little bit, more like that, yeah. awesome. And then I'm going to click there, and drag up the light blues in the water. Yeah, so I think that's basically all I'm going to do with this footage. I shoot in PP3, and then I add the S-Log3 LUT to it from the Lumetri color panel in Premiere, and then I go and edit more of the parameters of it. I'll link the video right up there to Tom Tech Time's video. He does drone stuff. Basically, it goes over the use of these. I will add the 1080p 239 aspect ratio bars to my B-roll footage, which just makes it look a lot more cinematic. How I color grade and edit all of my B-roll and just footage on my computer. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time, boys and girls. Goodbye.